This episode of Black Mirror fucking sucks. This is not how I intended to spend my Tuesday night. I should be sitting in my super nice Secret Lab gaming chair, finishing the final touches on my Phasmophobia video, and instead I'm forced to talk about Techbros being cringe in 2024. About 2 hours ago, my friend Gordon sent me this tweet right here, and upon seeing it, the only thing I could think to myself was why? Why are we allowing this to happen to people? Have no friends? Purchase this fucking necklace with ChatGPT in it in order to feel like you have a faux human connection with somebody. That's right, for the low price of $100, you can get this little circle on your necklace that will just chime in unwarranted whenever the hell it wants to. It'll tell you suck at video games. It'll comment on the show that you're currently watching by yourself during your peace and quiet. The only good thing about this trailer for the product is when it has the girl wearing the product, but she's with another human, and she proceeds to not use the product. Nothing sells something better than saying, hey, look at this scenario you could be in that's better than what we're offering. The whole time I was watching this video, I was just thinking to myself, so this isn't the start of a dystopian horror movie. I kept expecting there to be some kind of like spooky kick about how like the AI is secretly a murderer, or like the dude just really wants to fuck it for some reason. But no, it's an actual thing. Now this trailer so far is all we have to go off of, so if it's more like an AI assistant, then I can kind of understand or make excuses for it. But as it stands right now, this is just Cleverbot 2024. Why are we bringing Cleverbot back in 2024? I think the scariest part for me about this whole thing is not that AI is creeping its way into our lives more and more, but the fact that it's advancing so in such a way where the line between human and artificial is becoming less of a line and more of a gradient. At this point, we're gonna have a spectrum going from actual sentient human being to a fucking blender, and we're just like making devices that fall somewhere on that. The thing that's really freaking me out about this whole thing is the fact that it's made by a dude who, after looking into him a bit, has been a very net positive force for the world. He made this website to help keep track of COVID-19 data all around the world, and it's still up to this day. And he also ran a website called Ukraine Take Shelter, where refugees could actually sign up and find locations they could hide and stay at temporarily in other countries. Those two things are both very noble, and I don't know why he thought that this would get him like a hat trick, but no. I'm not entirely sure why he thought this was a good idea after his goals so far have been seemingly noble, except now he wants to put something that you wear on your body that's listening to you 24/7. How do we get from him helping Ukrainians getting out of a war-torn country to him just making the NSA's job even easier? This video goes live in like 2 hours, but I just had to jump on and talk a little bit more because a lot of shit happened since I recorded this last night. I was sent this meme, and when I started reading it, I thought I was having a stroke, but no, this is all facts. There's a company named Based Hardware, nice name, that released a demo and trailer for a product that looks really similar, even down to the name. And the creator of that company caught wind of Avi releasing a product of that name, and he proceeded to release a diss track?
Investor cash, you burn it quick, I'm grinding hard, tracks in my peak.
Bars. They had a mild Twitter spat after that with Avi showing a TikTok he made where he was showcasing his device to a crackhead, which I'm not gonna lie, I did laugh at that. And then in response, Nick, the Based Hardware guy, linked to a Reddit thread of people who said that their work was stolen by Avi for his COVID-19 website, and it's a lot. But I just really wanted to slip this in here because I spent a portion before this praising Avi for his work, and while I do still think that the stuff he did was commendable and good, it is now rubbing me kind of the wrong way about the ways that he took to get there. So I just kind of wanted to slip this little update in to kind of give clarity to everything. Oh, also, Nick wants to physically fight Avi. Did I mention that already? So my feelings about this, at the end of the day, are pretty complicated. As much as I have bashed it in this video, I'm not against, like, technological innovation. I'm pretty transhumanist, and I feel like people who aren't are on the wrong side of history. But at the same time, this isn't it. What I think a lot of these Silicon Valley tech bros are failing to realize is that you shouldn't replace human connection with AI. You should be enhancing it. I miss the days when Black Mirror was a warning and not a promise. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know entirely how it works. For all I know, this could just be an entirely self-contained language model that doesn't have an internet connection or anything to the outside world. But even having a device that just records all the shit about you, I don't like it. Yeah, no, I just looked it up. The device literally requires an internet connection. Wait, so if it requires an internet connection, then what's this thing here saying that if the thing breaks, then that's it and it's lost forever? What's the purpose of the internet connection then, sir? And you may be thinking to yourself, Camp, everything is listening to us anyways all the time. What difference is another one? And while I get that to an extent, I tout about privacy all the time despite having a fucking Windows computer. But just because it's impossible to get off the grid entirely at this point doesn't mean you should go deeper into the grid. Not to mention, the device still connects to your phone. And your phone still connects to the internet. Can you think for 2 seconds about what that— I just sat here and talked for 20 minutes. And I just realized I was not recording. I said some very super cool, inspiring shit, and I don't really remember what it was, so just act like I'm being smart here. Amidst all the people rightfully dunking on this piece of shit technology, I found a couple quote retweets from other tech bros who are saying that this is like an AI assistant done right. Like, they don't want to talk to a robot, they want to talk to a friend. But you're still talking to a robot. Have the tech bros just like diluted themselves into thinking that this little piece of shit plastic is actually sentient? I guarantee you, if you ask this device if it has feelings or if it feels sentient in any kind of way, it will just remind you that it's ChatGPT and a rapper. This device is not your friend. This is a device made by tech bros to lull you into a false sense of having a human connection in a world full of loneliness that the tech bros themselves made. Look, as much as I've spent this whole time just lambasting this fucking device, I can't deny that it is yet another step forward in the direction that humanity is arguably, unfortunately, taking. I always saw AI as something that could have the potential to enhance human experiences, but it seems like they're trying to just replace them entirely. The internet has been shoving us into a direction where we don't really talk to each other anymore or acknowledge each other's existence. COVID may have been a shot of adrenaline into the process that's already happening, but there's no denying that as we get more connected via the internet, we lose connection via reality. I'm a super transhumanist person. I think you can have emotionally engaging and tremendously fulfilling experiences in platforms like this or over social media networks. But the way that tech bros and capital investors are just completely ham-fisting the wrong ideas into every facet of it is highly discouraging. I want to go out and meet people and try new things, and if I don't like those things or if I don't like those people, then that's fine, because it's worth it to find another cognizant human being to share some of the rest of your life with than to just buy a device for $100 that's catered to your every need. I don't want to buy a friend for $100 and just have him be my life companion. I want to meet my life companion myself. I want to hold someone's hand. I want to feel their warmth envelop me. I want to recognize them as individuals independent of me. I want to be there for their accomplishments, even if they don't directly interest me, because I want to support them. But what am I supposed to congratulate this motherfucker on? Getting a firmware update? And at the same time, we're already so focused on having AI like make shit for us. The whole debate about AI art taking over the artistic expression aspect, then you got ChatGPT and the fucking execs trying to make that the main writing thing. I don't understand why people are so passionate about trying to get us to stop being the driving forces for emotional fulfillment in our own lives. This episode of Black Mirror sucks. We need to take the pen back from AI, because otherwise it's the last thing we're gonna get to write for ourselves.